A burger that never rots. Does this sound like a fantasy or nightmare? Well, it's neither. It's science. A burger that never rots. Does this sound like a fantasy or nightmare? Well, it's neither. It's science. This one isn't a GMO Frank food product. It just has 3 simple tricks that keep it fresh forever. Well, we think forever, but maybe we should only say a long time. Number 1. Preservatives and additives. This one ingredient alone keeps our burgers from getting stale or rotten for years. So, what exactly is it? First off, let's talk about mold. Mold is a type of fungus that grows on food when there is moisture, oxygen, and warmth. That's why you see it on bread or cheese if you leave it out too long. Calcium propionate is an additive that inhibits the growth of mold. In fact, it's so effective that it's often used in bakery products such as bread, cakes, and pastries. Not only does it extend the shelf life of these foods, but it also helps to maintain their appearance, texture, and flavor. Another additive is sodium benzoate. You might have heard of it before because it's commonly used in sodas and fruit juices. But did you know that it's also used in some burgers? Sodium benzoate works by preventing the growth of yeast and molds. Now here's where things get interesting. Both of these additives have been found to negatively impact your gut microbiome. Studies have shown that consuming calcium propionate can cause changes in the composition and function of the gut microbiome, which can lead to digestive issues and inflammation. On the other hand, sodium benzoate has been linked to an increased risk of allergies and asthma. Additives aren't always bad. Some vitamins are additives, but many processed foods use artificial preservatives and colorings to enhance their appeal. However, a recent study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association found that consuming processed meats, which often contain preservatives, can increase the risk of heart disease and cancer. The study suggests that these additives may contribute to inflammation and oxidative stress in the body, leading to an increased risk of chronic diseases. But wait, there's more. A different study found that consuming high amounts of sodium benzoate regularly can affect brain function and behavior. Participants who took a quiz after drinking a beverage containing the chemical performed worse than those given a placebo. But don't worry too much. The amount of sodium benzoate used in beverages is generally low and considered safe for consumption. So, while it is important to read labels and be aware of the ingredients in your food, you don't need to avoid all processed foods containing sodium benzoate. Just remember to consume them in moderation and balance with a healthy diet. 2. Dehydration design. How do fast food chains make burgers that look brand new after sitting out for hours? The answer is dehydration design. These chains purposely make their buns and patties thinner and drier than what you would typically find at home. This way, there is less moisture available for mold or bacteria to feed on, slowing down the spoilage process. But this design also makes them last longer once they're reheated. This means you'll get the same burger no matter when you buy it. But it's not just about keeping the burger fresh. Thin and dry also means quicker cooking. Once you start stacking them up, they cook faster and more evenly. Plus, they dry out faster, which makes them easier to handle and package. So while you might not notice any difference in taste, there are definitely some advantages to these thinner patties. But remember, when you buy dehydrated food, it's essential to rehydrate it properly. Simply adding water won't cut it. You need to soak it overnight in flavorful liquids. For example, if you buy dried mushrooms, you can soak them in broth or milk to rehydrate them and infuse them with flavor. Similarly, you can soak dried herbs in oil to make them soft and fragrant again. So don't be afraid to experiment with different liquids to find the best combination for your taste buds. Number 3. Low real food content. Did you know that many of the burgers we eat are mostly made up of fillers? When you take a closer look at the ingredients list, you realize that the majority of the burger is made up of ingredients that have little nutritional value. Instead, these fillers help bind the ingredients together and give the burger its shape. One common filler used in burgers is soy protein isolate. This is a highly processed ingredient that is extracted from soybeans and is often used as a meat substitute in vegetarian or vegan diets. While it is a good source of protein, It contains no fat or fiber and is stripped of its natural nutrients. Another popular filler is maltodextrin. This is a synthetic starch made from corn or potatoes that is used to give the burger a chewy texture. It's also used as a thickener and a stabilizer in many processed foods, but it provides no nutritional value and has been linked to weight gain and other health problems. Most people don't realize how much of their burger is made up of these fillers instead of real beef. They assume that a burger is a simple, straightforward food made from basic ingredients like beef, cheese, and bread. However, when they actually check the ingredients list, they find a long list of chemical-sounding ingredients that they can't pronounce. This is because the beef in many burgers is highly processed and contains a variety of additives and fillers that help it retain its shape, color, and texture. So if you're looking for a burger that's closer to the real thing, it's important to read the ingredients list carefully and choose a burger that contains minimal additives and fillers. If you're unsure about an ingredient, don't be afraid to do a little research or ask questions. After all, knowledge is power. So the next time you bite into a burger, take a moment to appreciate the complex mixture of flavors and textures that make it so satisfying. And don't forget to check the ingredients list to see what's really in your food. By understanding what goes into our burgers, we can make more informed decisions about what we eat and support companies that prioritize quality and transparency in their ingredients. But now it's time for a quick brain break. Let's play a game. What does the word rot make you think of? Is it something disgusting or something natural? Drop your answer in the comments below. But back to the topic at hand, there's a reason why some burgers seem to last forever without going bad. It's because they're made with preservatives and additives that inhibit the growth of mold and bacteria. So the next time you take a bite out of a burger that seems too perfect to be true, remember that it's likely the result of some clever food engineering. But don't worry, there are plenty of delicious and nutritious burgers out there that are free of preservatives and additives. With a little bit of effort, you can find burgers that are made with fresh, wholesome ingredients that will satisfy your taste buds and keep you feeling great. So don't settle for a burger that's full of fillers and chemicals. Look for one that's packed with flavor and made with ingredients that you can actually pronounce. Your body will thank you for it. And while these tricks may be useful for food manufacturers, they don't work on us. We humans have a natural instinct to avoid spoiled food. Our senses of sight, smell, and taste are trained to detect signs of decay, and our bodies are equipped to fight off harmful bacteria. But in recent years, some fast food chains have started to fool us. They've created burgers that look fresh and appetizing, but are actually preserved and designed to last for hours or even days. And it's not just because they're lazy or cheap. They're using science to create the perfect burger. And we have to admit, it's pretty effective. How many times have you bitten into a burger that looked and smelled amazing, only to find that it tasted bland and lifeless? Or how many times have you seen a burger sitting on a grill for hours, looking perfect, yet untouched? These are the creations of food scientists who understand our psychology and physiology, and they've mastered the art of creating burgers that trick our senses. They know that we're more likely to buy and eat something that looks fresh and appealing, even if it's been sitting around for a while. But don't worry, we're not here to shame anyone. We're just curious about the science behind these burgers and whether we can make our own that last just as long. After all, we're all human and we love our burgers. So if you're a fan of these long-lasting burgers, let us know in the comments below. And who knows, maybe we'll try to make our own version that satisfies both our taste buds and our curiosity. Until then, keep enjoying your burgers and stay curious. If you're wondering how long your burger will last, it depends on the ingredients and how it's prepared. Generally, a burger made with fresh ingredients will last longer than one made with processed ingredients. Cooking the burger thoroughly will also help it last longer, but ultimately, it's up to your personal preference. So, what do you think? Would you eat a 10-year-old burger? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.